All right, how much do you trust artificial intelligence? When you ask Siri a question, do you believe that the answer she gives you is the correct answer? Do you trust her? And listen to me talking about Siri as she and her, as if Siri is a person. I mentioned to you in an earlier lecture that I use my map app all the time. I plug in where I want to go and I do what the app tells me to do. Turn here, turn there. And maybe we do trust our AI in these kind of low stakes applications with a pretty high degree. Because this is sort of like how we use calculators to solve math problems, right? We can use calculators to solve math problems. We don't know how the calculator works. We don't know why the answer that it's giving us is the right answer, but we just kind of trust that it is because calculators are designed to do these kinds of things. And maybe these kinds of applications are similar. But what about if the stakes were higher? Would you, for example, trust AI to identify for you a potential long-term partner by using a site like Match.com, where you enter in a bunch of information about yourself and AI identifies what it believes, to the degree it has beliefs, what it believes are viable long-term partners for you. If you used one of these apps like Match.com and it came up with a match and it said, you know what? I am really, really, really confident that this person is a very viable long-term partner for you. And you look at this person and you're thinking like, really? And you weren't feeling it. But you knew the app had calculated or determined that this person, by its algorithm, was an exceptionally strong match for you. Would you give it a go and meet this person and see if the AI got it right, even if your instincts are kind of disagreeing with the AI? What about if it wasn't a romantic partner, but it's your health? If you have an app that allows you to enter in certain kinds of symptoms that you have, and it will, in response, identify for you whatever medical condition those symptoms indicate, would you trust the app? What about for your mental health? There's an app called Woebot that talks with you as a therapist. And it has proven through the analysis by therapists to provide pretty good advice. It provides the same kind of advice based on your input into it about what you're thinking or feeling, provides the same kind of advice that a therapist would provide you. Would you trust the Woebot to help you with your mental health? What about your physical health? If it's not already the case, I would bet that there are going to be robot surgeons at some point in the future. And the claim will probably be that these robot AI surgeons make fewer mistakes, are more precise and more reliable than human surgeons. If you had your choice between a really skilled human doctor and a high-performing AI robot doctor as your surgeon, would you have reason for choosing one over the other? What about not in the operating room, but in the courtroom? If it turned out to be the case that robot AI judges were fairer in determining verdicts in cases than human judges, would you opt for the robot AI judge? We know from studies that juries and judges tend to make different kinds of judgments at different points in the day. If your jury or judge is rendering a verdict right before lunch, it's likely to be a harsher verdict than if they make that verdict after lunch. But of course, an AI judge wouldn't be influenced by appetite. It would be consistently making the same judgments no matter what time of day or what's going on. All right? So these questions about AI, we're going to be confronted with them. And so we have to determine how much we trust in this AI. And a really common response to this question is, well, when I think about AI and things like self-driving cars and so forth, my trust in that AI is directly correlated to the trust that I have in the programmers and the engineers who are programming the AI to work in a particular way. I trust the ethics and the judgment of the degree to which I trust the AI is correlated to the degree to which I trust the value system of the people who are developing the AI and their skill at developing the AI. But there's a problem with this. The problem is that as Nick Bostrom says in the article we read for this week, for AI to really work, you have to kind of set it loose. You have to allow it to transcend its creators. And the example that Bostrom gives is the chess playing AI Deep Blue, right? Deep Blue it was able to beat grandmasters, human grandmasters at chess only after it had been given its goal and then freed from everything except the rules of chess to achieve that goal the best way possible. And once it was freed from all other constraints, it was able to accomplish its goal. And Bostrom says, and other AI philosophers say, this is going to be required of all AI. For all AI to reach its full potential, we're going to have to give it a minimal amount of goals and rules to operate by, and then set it loose to identify the best way to achieve that goal. That requires a lot of trust. Okay? So we have to figure out, well, how do I balance the benefit of having super intelligence that could make life much better for all of us in a lot of ways, but that requires me to surrender a lot of my power to the AI.